In my 22 years as a law enforcement official, I've seen a lot of gruesome cases, but this one elevates to the top of heinous and senseless crimes.
Investigators not mincing words tonight. A Wentzville man is sitting in jail tonight, accused in what's being called one of the most disturbing murders. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Samantha Jones.
I'm Steve Savard. The word senseless is being used tonight to describe the murder of well-liked Metro East attorney Randy Gori. News 4's team coverage is tracking the latest in the investigation, as well as what we know about the suspect. We start with News 4's Kim St. Ange in Edwardsville.
And we are at the Madison County Administrative Building. This is where the major case squad announced charges had been filed. And I can tell you, it was packed in that room. Dozens of people who worked with him, with Gori, at his law firm across the street were there for support. People tonight saying everyone in Edwardsville knew Gori. And tonight they are all trying to understand why a seemingly random man plotted to kill him. New court documents paint a gruesome picture of what investigators say this man, 28-year-old Timothy Banowitz, did inside Randy Gori's rural Edwardsville home Saturday night. Prosecutors are accusing Banowitz of forcing Gori and two kids to the ground at knife point, tying their hands and stabbing Gori.
These subjects were not injured. However, I want everyone to recognize that the victim's action in this case most likely saved the lives of others in the household at the time of the incident. The defendant fled the scene in the victim's vehicle after the occurrence, and I think Randy was a hero in this case.
Investigators have not said if the kids were Gori's, though the initials in court documents match their names. Tonight, the motive isn't clear, but investigators say this was a targeted and planned attack.
In my 22 years as a law enforcement official, I've seen a lot of gruesome cases, but this one elevates to the top of heinous and senseless crimes.
It's surreal to think of somebody that was so kind and so generous and so giving to others, to think of something like this happening to them. It's just unfathomable.
Kari McGinness owns the restaurant Cleveland Heath on Main Street. Gori owned the building along with several others in Edwardsville.
He'd pop in and visit, and we'd have chats, and it was always nice to speak to him.
McGinness says Gori was always smiling and loved talking about Ferraris and his kids.
I don't think Edwardsville would be what it is without people like Randy. I think people like Randy are what has allowed small towns like this to evolve and grow.
For her, he was the guy who took a chance on her so she could open this restaurant 3 years ago.
Getting that kind of support is so special, you know, and so it's something you don't forget.
At this point, investigators can't find a direct connection between Banowitz and Gori that would explain why he was targeted.
It's not registered yet. I don't think for a lot of people here. I think the city is still trying to wrap its head around what's happened.
Investigators found Banowitz Sunday morning about a quarter mile from Gori's home with the Rolls Royce they say they stole from him. This is important. They're saying that Banowitz acted alone in this. Tonight he is facing a long list of charges, including first-degree murder. Live in Edwardsville, Kim St. Ange, News 4.